Hello and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video here on the channel, and today we're going to be speaking about everything Asgard Divide, the new event that's coming to Raid that started on August 21st and it's going to carry on all the way until October 24th, where we've got a new dungeon boss where we face up against Odin and his minions. We'll see a bit of that in action later on. And then we've got Freya Fate Weaver, who's going to be available through a Deck of Fate guaranteed event. We got the Loki chase, where all players are going to get a free legendary champion, and he's pretty cool. I've been using him for the past week live on the test server, which we're on right now, and he's definitely got a few tricks up his sleeve. And then finally, we've got 4 coming into the game as a fusion in the near future. So in terms of Loki, all you have to do is sign in for 7 days to get this champion, and you can see that some players out there are already 6 days through it. But by the time you're seeing this, some players may already have their hands on him, right? And then at day 14, we're going to get the 2-star Perfect Soul. And then just by heading into phase 2 here, by just simply doing some challenges in game like campaign battles that you do in progression, dungeons, faction wars. We've got arena that we all want to progress in, especially for our Great Hall development. And then the clan boss to get some juicy shards to summon. But you can see here we also get an avatar, a 5-star soul if you manage to complete all the way. And this isn't just great for the blessings, but also the stats that you're going to gain on this champion. There's a primal shard and then some accessories as well, like 6-star legendary. Like, I wish I had that when I started the game, right? But speaking about starting the game, if you are new here and you use my link to download the game, you will actually get 2 epic champions to start off your journey, with one being Fane from the Skinwalkers faction. And she's a really good single target debuffer and damage dealer by bringing in poisons, decreased attack to mitigate damage, and then decreased defense and weaken debuffs. As well as Rector Droth from the Knights Revenant faction, who has stood the test of time as one of the best epic reviver / perfect veil options in the game, and synergizes very well with Loki, who we're speaking about today. Because as you can see here, continuous heals, perfect veils on a 4-turn cooldown. We've got the revival with the perfect veil as well, and then some increasing of resistance if you're under the effect, and a decreased attack on that default skill. And I believe you're going to get Fane once you just complete the tutorial, and then once your account gets to level 25, then you'll get Rector Droth on your account. So a pretty cool way to start your journey if you're new to the game. And also, welcome to the community if you are as well. Alright, so here he is, Loki the Deceiver. He looks pretty cool in terms of aesthetics, and I'm loving the backdrop of these Asgardian champions because we've only ever had the animated one from Yakal in the past, right? So I'm all for it. And it's also worth noting this video is going to be focused mainly on early to mid game progression. However, if you do stay tuned towards the end, I will re-gear him in some late game gear and try him out in some different scenarios. So gonna try and cover all of the bases. So in terms of the skills, he does have an AoE attack with a 30% chance of increasing the duration of enemy debuffs by 1 turn. If this champion is under Veil or Perfect Veil buffs, the chance will increase to 50%, and of course you get a better value from those skill upgrades. So whether that be decreased defense, weaken, the block active skills from the A2, or the block buffs, it just ensures that those debuffs stay up for a longer time, the more that you can use this ability. And it opens the opportunity for gear sets such as Curse, Stun, and Provoke for bonus crowd control. On the A2 is actually very unique because you can select a target enemy or ally to protect them depending on the situation you're in. So if the target is an enemy, he has a 100% chance of placing a block active skills and a block buff for 2 turns, so locking them down to those default attacks and stopping them from placing those buffs. And if the champion using this skill is under Veil or Perfect Veil, also applies a debuff spread effect, taking 2 random effects and placing them on all enemies. So I am going to demonstrate this in the Spider's Lair, where we're going to take a single target burn, spread it to all of those spiderlings, and use that as a way to take the boss down, which is pretty cool. If the target is an ally or this champion, you'll then heal them by 50% of this champion's max HP, then places a Perfect Veil buff on them for protection, and then can apply a buff spread effect if they're under these conditions. So overall, having this or that, depending on the situation, I'm a big fan of. With the A3, he then has a chance of stealing all buffs from a target enemy and 100% of their turn meter. Whether that be a target enemy in arena, the spider, the finite, or there's so many situations the Dark Fae, right, is just very strong, and these effects cannot be resisted, meaning you do not need accuracy for this if he's under those effects. If the target's turn meter was not stolen, we'll then fill the turn meter of allies by 15% with an increased attack buff as well, to just amplify the damage of your nukers. Now this is all enabled through the passive with Misstep, because you'll place a perfect Veil buff on this champion for 2 turns at the start of each round. Not each turn, it's worth reiterating that. So let's just say you're going up against an arena team, or, you know, the first stage in a spider run where you just want to spread those burns. You can do that without relying on another champion. However, in prolonged battles, like the Hydra boss, you'll need to rely on someone like a Rector Draft, like I mentioned earlier, to just keep that consistent for him throughout the battle. He then brings in this effect to evade enemy skills and its accompanying effects with a 15% chance, whether that be like damage or debuffs. And if this champion is under Veil or Perfect Veil, the chance increases to 30%. But if he is under that 50% HP when targeted by an enemy skill, 100% chance to evade that skill and its effects, and this guaranteed evade goes down on that cooldown. So overall, synergy is very strong. I would say in longer battles, like I mentioned, you may want to rely on another Perfect Veil option, such as Rector Draft, Glaciad from the Sylvan Watchers, Duchess Lilitu, Firo the Barkhorn. There is a few options in the game, but for that opening phase for 2 turns, he's very reliable by placing it on himself, right? And then he's got an accuracy aura, just in case you can't reach those stat thresholds in certain areas of the game. So in terms of the gear set, like I mentioned, we are going to be focusing on progression first, and I've taken off some of the accessory pieces to alleviate the intensive stats that my build would usually have, because I do have a highly developed Great Hall, which is just adding stats, right? So we've gone for a stun set, and the reason why I say this is the A1 AoE attack. We're just getting that bonus crowd control to coincide with that block active skills, right? Just locking them out and then locking them out again. I think it's a very cool synergy. And then we've got that perception gear that they give us from the Loki chase, right? We've gone for speed boots, accuracy on that chest plate, and some survivability with defense percent. But of course, you could go like HP percent as well if you want a bit more tankiness, but just ensure you've got enough accuracy to land his debuffs, because that's the primary reason you'll be using this champion, right? And then in terms of the banners and stuff, I'd be aiming for accuracy, looking for speed around the board, as well as some defense or HP, focusing on some accuracy substats, of course, and then some HP or defense on the ring as well for bonus survivability. The masteries that we've gone with for this showcase is the offense tree. We're going to be heading down to War Master. And then we've also gone the support tree with Master Hexer to extend the value of his debuffs, as well as Cycle of Magic to try and randomly reduce the cooldown of that turn meter still for areas such as the Dark Fae, right? So yeah, in terms of other ways you could build him, I've actually got some presets, and I'll show you some from the website as well. So preset manager, global presets, here we go. So this one here is what I'm going to show a bit later on, where we've got some high speed. As you see, we're touching nearly 300. And once I optimize the accessories as well, we're looking a lot higher. And this allows us to, you know, survive that first onslaught in arena. So mainly a PvP build. And then we've got the stun budget, which we're showing today. But I might up the speed a little bit when we go into the arena to ensure that we can take a turn, because we are in platinum at the moment against my fellow content creators. And then we've got a perception fast, so this is just focusing on speed all around the board and accuracy, making sure that he's taking as many turns as possible. And then this one is a budget perception with some rare pieces and stuff, maybe a bit less speed, but still highly effective for players progressing. So as some other options, like even if you're building him for a stun set like I have today, you could be going down to Fearsome Presence to give you an extra chance to land that effect, as well as the support tree to get some extra accuracy stats. For late game bosses, let's just say you're struggling to reach the stat thresholds, maybe against some Doom Tower ones like the Dark Fae, you could be going for this all the way down to Eagle Eye on that support tree to increase your accuracy, to just give you that extra 50, right? Which could be great. Debuffer wise for the arena, very similar theme, as well as buff support if you want some resistance in your build. For arena blessings, temporal chains or polymorph to turn them into a sheep, and for PvE, Brimstone is great for like the dragon or even those Doom Tower bosses to drop down their HP significantly, or even the limited time dungeon when you're facing Odin for the same thing. And then Cruelty could be for like Hydra or just wave content in general to mitigate their defense. For PvE stat priorities, you're looking for speed, accuracy, HP percent, and defense percent as a must, and then everything else just comes on top of that. And then we've got Feral, Supersonic, Viable, and then Reflex and Merciless to just reduce those cooldowns with a chance to get around to that 10 meter reduction more consistently. For PvP, you might want to put a bit of resistance in there to stop some debuffs coming your way, as well as some stone skin so you can survive the onslaught of one of those first attacks, paired with like perception or something. So yeah, just some other options to consider. And in terms of the base stats that I am running at the moment, once again, I will increase the speed a bit later on, is 236 speed, some nice survive with the 3.2k defense and 40,000 HP. Crit rate and crit damage I've not focused on because he's not a damage dealer, and then some high accuracy to land our effects. So alright, with that all out the way, let's head into some areas of the game and see him in action. Let's do it. So I've got two teams ready, one for stage 25, one for stage 20 as well, for anybody progressing through the Arbiter missions, right? And the theme of this one is we're going to place a single target burn with our Geomancer, who can also reflect damage with his burns. We've got the Rector Draft to apply that perfect veil, and to heal someone, or revive someone, sorry, in case of a bad situation. And then we're going to use Loki's A2 to debuff spread all of those burn debuffs, as well as Cold Heart for some enemy max HP and 10 meter effects. Now, one thing I will say is when you're going through this dungeon, try and focus on the boss itself, even if it's a full auto team, because Loki seems to want to steal some of the 10 meters of the Spiderlings as well at times, because they have the highest 10 meter, right? But here we go. Look at this. The burns are just chunking them down consistently. Look at all those ticks, right? As well as the one from the boss. And we're getting a lot of value from Geomancer's passive. So definitely a champion to watch out for. And did you see there, the misstep passive, when he was getting targeted, he was actually evading some of those hits and those poisons, just keeping him alive. So now that he's dead, we could use Rector Draft to revive him, but I think we can just kill them anyway, regardless. So there we go. Really, really strong, right? We'll do that one more time. Now, one thing you do need to pay note of, Geomancer places 2 burns, and then obviously the decreased attack or any other effects you bring in could be messing you up as well. So maybe we can see that here. So we landed it again, but because it's only a random debuff spread, you might not get the burn that you want. So just ensure that your team order doesn't have a crazy amount of debuffs before Loki goes. So there we go, perfect veil hiding us from the situation. And now that Cold Heart is the target, right? We don't need her again right now. And now being the Spirit Affinity, he's going to get targeted. There's the misstep passive. Look at that, back to back. He evaded those skills. And then those stun debuffs are just going to lock out some of those Spiderlings. Go. Now Geomancer's targeted because he's not under veil. Can we get another A? Let's see if we can get A1 going. Oh, he died. Loki died. Can you bring him back, Rector Draft? No, I think she's on cooldown now. There we go. A few more ticks. Let's just get these in. Rector Draft's about to die, but it's completely fine. And there we go. And you can see here that Loki's got 7 million damage because of those debuff spread effects. Very powerful. So in terms of stage 20, if we just move this advanced quest thing, I put a team together like, where is it? Here we go. So we're going to be using Feign, Drop Defense and Weaken to amplify the damage of Cold Heart. And then we've got the Bulwark, who's a rare. Someone else you guys could watch out for if you're cracking those shards. And he places a single target burn. So let's get that going. We're just going to open up with different skills here. We don't want to fill up the debuff bar, like I said. So there's that burn. We're then going to use Loki to spread that burn. So if you're thinking, do I need a Geomancer? Can one champion do it? It's still highly effective with any single target burners. Even Drexar, right? We're then going to place Decrease Defense and Weaken. And we're going to then manipulate the turn meter with Cold Heart. Here we go. Boom. It's coming in. Decrease that turn meter. Look at that. We're going to drop it down again. And before you know it, it's all going to be done. Now, those A1s you could use to extend the value of the duration of the burns. And that's just ensuring that they don't wear off, right? So in some teams that I used to use in the past, I had to reapply the burn because it was wearing off. But someone like Loki's like, nope, we got your back. We're going to extend those durations and ensure you got a successful run here. So there we go. You see that there? He targeted a different Spiderling instead of the boss. So make sure you guys, when you're going through the milestone missions, just target the boss to progress, right? So overall, Spider does a phenomenal job. In terms of the dragon, I'll just use this as a demonstration. We'll go stage 23. I put a bit of extra damage in here so we're not sitting around for ages, but we're going to use those 2 champions once again. And one thing that I will say is with presets that you can do, you can just open up with his skill. We're going to see it now. But there's the block buffs. Let's try that again. Let's do it without auto. So we just do A1. Doesn't really matter. A1s. A1s. We just want to make sure we're seeing in action here. So if you, let's just say you had him fastest in your team, which I would usually do, but I've turned down the stats, right? You could just go boom. Block active skills, block buffs. They can now do nothing, right? Let's get some ally attacks going. Kill this lure. Nice. Perfect veil. Keep that going. We can get some decreased defense on weaken on somebody. Why not? Speed up the process. We're then going to go with an AoE. We have Zargala, one of the classic champions of Raid. And then we can now steal the... Well, I guess we could do an A1, right? Watch this. We're going to increase the duration of the block active skills. We're going to stun those waves as well. And all of that decreased defense. So you could technically lock off that A2 is what I was getting at. Until the next turn, because he will then reapply the perfect veil to himself on the next round. Which is nice. So next up here, we're going to head into the hard variation of the Doom Tower for 2 reasons. One is to face the Eternal Dragon, who can block active skills us, which is a nasty time. But also, stage 61 to face the Hegemon with a mythical champion. And the reason for it is, I want you guys to see how you could lock out mythicals with your Loki. So we got the block active skills on Gallius. And as you see here, the skills even on Artak completely locked out, right? Just so you can see on us of what exactly Loki's doing. Let's get a bit of a stun. Love Hospital, by the way. Pairs very well with him. And even on Loki, we can't do anything, right? But look at this. Our Metamorph is completely locked out. So he can't just switch forms and start using his other skills. He's got to wait 2 turns just like everyone else. And if that's extended, it could be a nasty time. So if you do happen to face somebody in Arena and you strip off their stone skin or they don't have any or any cleansers, could be a great way to counter those champions, right? So, all right, Eternal Dragon, here we go. So I put a team like this together. So let's just see this in action here. I'm not sure if we're going to win. We won before when I tried it, but when I'm recording, it seems to always mess up. So here we go. Active skills. We never actually spreaded the active skills. We did the block buffs instead and the decreased defense. Or something else. I didn't see what happened there. Nice. And then hopefully on this next wave, we can place some stuns so the enemies don't hit us. And this theme will carry for all of the other stages as well as you're going through it. Nice. We get a stun on? Oh, we never got a stun there. We need to redeem ourselves. Maybe we'll just take over here. Let's take over. So we could just go... Oh, what we could do is let's steal the turn meter. Look at that. All the way back up to 4. A1s. And then we're going to use the block active skills. Boom. Spread it. And now they can do nothing. I imagine there's so many tedious waves in the Doom Tower where it's buff heavy. And he's just going to stop all of that for your team. Alright, Geomancer, we haven't got any damage dealers in here, which is not ideal, and we're not placing any stuns either. Damn you, gear set. Alright, let's focus on the boss and see him in action. So we are going to get our cooldowns increased, but we've got a decreased accuracy. And if you do have enough resistance in your build, Rector Draft actually does a great job here of increasing that for you. So there we go, we're locked out. Boom. Getting some of that on. We're going to survive the onslaught. I'm reflecting all of those burns. You just have to wait for him to come around to his turn. Nice. Increasing the duration. You see that? And we're now stunning some of the minions so they can't do stuff to us. We've got block active skills on our Panda. Kung Fu Panda. Nice. Decrease speeds. Increase those durations. So it doesn't matter if we're locked out because we're just ensuring they stay up regardless. We're going to get locked out again. Ooh, we're getting nuked. No, I was worried this was going to happen. We need to heal. There we go. Don't die. Oh, the Geomancer died. It's done. But hopefully you guys can get what I'm trying to get at here. And then extending the debuffs. Maybe with a bit more survivability and support. We could have got through that. Damn. So close. So close. I'm not going to make you guys go through that again. But you get the gist of what he's bringing to the table for that boss. But yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so it's time to face Odin, and we're on stage 15 for progression, but once again, we're going to do stage 30 a little bit later on. But let's just open up with this A1 here. Get some decreased defense and weaken out on those enemies, or targets should I say. A1 going as well, get a burn on. And then we're going to unleash that block buffs onto the boss. And we actually got some burns on the allies as well, which is handy. Give us some more ticks of damage. But we preferably wanted the block buffs there. We do have a Doom Priest to potentially take the stun off, which we did. Let's go. Get a decreased accuracy going. Then here we could go with... Do you know what? We'll save this for now. Let's just extend the duration of the debuffs. Let's do that. Boom. Get some poisons on. Nice. Doom Priest putting in a great job here. Decrease accuracy. Maybe just save it one more time. Can we get extend? We did. We got all the extends on the boss. So as you see, we're just keeping everything active as long as possible before we can cycle that skill again, right? Which I think is really nice. The block active skills would have been ideal though. It would have been ideal. All right, here we go. A1s. Get more burns on. Why not? Ooh, I was hoping that we can use that misstep passive to extend it again. Oh, we did it again. Let's go. Let's go. And it's as simple as that. So the longer you can keep him in the fight after that initial placement, it's going to be great. And then we've got this pinpoint that you can get only from this dungeon at the moment, which gives you some nice juicy stats like accuracy and speed. Imagine getting this on your amulets and ring. It's going to be phenomenal, right? Or even the gear sets. So overall, very well for Odin. He performs. Now, in terms of the arena, guys, I did have a quick look before we went into Odin, and unfortunately, I've been kicked down to Gold 4. And I was actually in Gold 5 before. You can see I had one battle attempt. But everybody else is in Platinum, which means there's not a wide range we can face as a budget option. Like, I had a team like this, I had the perfect team to face, but there's no way of me facing them right now because it's not enough power, right? But I guess we could just maybe showcase against this Pythion, what he can bring. I guess a little bit. But we're going to showcase it a little bit more later on. That's why I wanted to do the endgame stuff as well. Just so we can see him in action in arena against these fellow content creators that have busted teams. Can we steal the stone skin? Oh, we did! Look at that! We stole the stone skin. Imagine doing that in battle. That's crazy, right? We can go through an ally attack. Boom, boom, boom. We got the stun set going as well. And then, imagine this was all AoE here, guys. We got resisted. But the block buffs and block active skills can just alleviate them from doing their main effects. And it's going to be very, very strong for your team. For sure. So thanks to the person that did this. Put the Pythion there for us. So we can at least see something. Look at that. Bronco. Big shout out to Bronco. But can we get any more resets? No one else? Oh, the Amantis is going to be too fast. I know it. I just know it. Just thinking, is there anything we could do here? Maybe I could... Okay, if I make this not... we're going to have to bring in a Void Legendary, maybe to counter this. But even then, is it enough power? I don't think so. We could try. And this is going to be brutal. I know it. I know it's... Very nice. Counter it. Take it off. Nice. Oh, damn it. Well, yeah. That was Loki in arena, getting absolutely terrorized. So I was actually editing up this video and I realized I didn't include anything to do with the Hydra, which he can definitely excel in. So I've actually put a hex set on him to try and place it on some of the Hydra heads. And not needed, but having an A1 that can do an AoE attack, it could definitely add some value to his kit, right? So here, what we're going to do is, we're under that perfect veil, and we're going to apply a block buffs onto all of those Hydra heads because we're under that perfect veil. We're then going to apply some burns, and hopefully later on, with all of these single target effects, try and spread it to everybody, right? So let's get some increased speed. We've got Rise of Argon here just for a bit of damage. Get some decreased speed on where we can. We've got Seeker as our A1 provoker. I was actually going to use Husk, but he was the wrong affinity because I was going to try and squeeze some max HP stuff in there. Let's save all of this, get a decreased attack on Wrath. And there we go. No buffs being placed. So here, what I'm going to do is A1, extend the value of those debuffs, and now we don't have to rely on constantly spreading those until the next heads come into rotation or they wear off. So let's go decrease accuracy. Get a bit more damage out there, some leech as well. So enemy max HPs, boom! Let's go Royal Guard. Right, now we're going to reapply some Perfect Veil with Rector Drought. And I actually want to play around with that A2. I forgot that he can actually place it on himself as well. So there we go, Provoke. Extending those durations once more. And now he's dropped below 50% HP. He's back under Veil again. And hopefully we can evade some skills. There we go, the misstep. Once again. So that passive is really coming in clutch, right? Let's just keep going at this head of Wrath here. So right now, we've got block buffs everywhere. I don't feel like we need to do any of this skill to spread, but we could potentially heal him and place the Perfect Veil, right? It's a good time to do it. Or we could attempt to, we'll do it on the next one. So right here, healing ourselves, 2-turn duration, let's go. We're going to keep ourselves cycling with the Seeker's Provoke. Nice, keeping that up consistently. It's crazy because we always think of Seeker as a clan boss champion, but he can definitely perform very well in the Hydra as well. Because we don't have to rely on cooldowns, right? Alright, we need to get another decreased speed round with our Royal Guard, please. Let's go. Go A once. Increase those durations once more. Nice. Alright, here we go. We're getting some poisons out there as well. We have to be careful not to completely ramp up that debuff bar on our Head of Decay. Because we do want to be able to place that Provoke, right? Oh, we're taking a bit of a smack. I don't know what gear is on these champions. It doesn't matter. It's just about what is he bringing to the table. Now, why I say the Hex is we're getting all of that spreading of damage, right? And why not? Might as well get a benefit for that A1, right? On top of the debuff extension. Let's get decreased speed. Beautiful. You could even go like a Provoke set. Let's just say you don't have someone like a Seeker and you're first coming into the Hydra. You could put a Provoke set on him if you've got a good version of it. And just keep the boss under control, right? Just keep attacking him. Why not? We didn't even need it. A1. Just keep those decreased accuracies on. Let's get some Perfect Veils going. But this is one of the downsides. Like right now we've got a heal reduction, right? We couldn't heal. Therefore, we couldn't get the Perfect Veil. So we may need to rely on this skill to sort him out. We can't even heal right now. We'll just A1. Keep it going until the heal reduction wears off. Nice, some more max HPs, get another burn on, and slowly but surely, all of these heads are getting it. Ooh, I was getting scared there. Imagine if we didn't get the Provoke. That would have been a nasty time. We've got some leech on the targets. Technically, we could just heal from that, right? We could. Yeah, let's do it. Heal a bit, and then we're going to place that Perfect Veil on himself for the next one, anticipating the next set of heads coming round, because Wrath is about to drop down soon. Ooh! Big smack there. We got the Perfect Veil. We drop below 50% again. Nice. So right now, we could actually try and debuff spread. Let's do it. Is there anything that we want on some of these heads? We've got a Bloodbust. Maybe a Burn. We could try that, potentially. Let's hit someone else because we're placing way too many poisons. Look at all that Hex damage coming through. Nah, let's heal him. We just want to keep him here. Like, imagine if he dies and then Rector Drought gets wiped. That's going to be a nasty time. We'll try to get to like 10 or 15 million or something. But overall, like, it really does remind me of Tuhana Rock. That cleansing of debuffs. We might not have to increase speed, but even if Wrath gets that increased attack, we can take that straight back off. Or if Mischief steals our buffs, tries to spread them, we can go and steal it off him before he can do that. Granted, you've got the Hex, which is another reason why I highly recommend it. But here we go. We got one of the heads down. Nice. So here, let's just say we're anticipating the next head to come through, right? We really want to have that block buffs for that one as well. So we're going to try and save that ability for when it comes round. There we go. Get some more Perfect Veils on, get some more decreased speeds. Nice. Let me know, guys, is this a champion that you're going to be looking forward to getting into your team? He's definitely a great progression one, for sure. Boom, extending that. Like, having it on an A1 is so powerful. We got so many damn poisons. Provoke him. Ooh. Ooh, there could be a cleanse coming. There can be a cleanse coming. Let's see if we can get another attack going soon. A1s. Still, look at this. They are not falling off, guys, at all. There's that smite blessing. I've still not put any on the Loki, to be fair. Come on. It's all down to you, Seeker. Yes. He had one job and he did the job. So we're happy. Let's bring back the Royal Guard. A1s again. It's like you could just get away with doing this over and over again, right? Like even if you did like semi-auto and then just took control where you needed to, you could just lock him down to his A1 and then, you know, switch around afterwards. Because like the other skill, we're going to use it now. Like you're not getting you're getting a 10 meter fill because we cannot deplete the 10 meters of the bosses. And you also get an increased attack. But we are getting an increased attack from Seeker as well as a 10 meter fill. So do we need that many in the team in a sense? Right? It's the same with champions such as Eastrid, Dream Song. Loads of champions can bring in that effect. Like for me, I would rather bank on this in a bad situation than use it now and then having to be like, damn, I wish I had it earlier. But we do have a lot of extensions, so let's just try it for now. There we go, some 10 meter fills. We're going to cycle our skills. See all the rhyming there? Perfect. So now we've got the Head of Torment. Let's get a burn on him for starters. Now, we don't need to get block buffs reapplied to other heads because there's so much duration going on. And that head is down now. Apply the Perfect Veil. Please, we need to provoke. Yes, Seeker's on job today. Look at this. Perfect. So technically here, we could target himself, but then we have to wait 3 turns again if we want to do the debuff spread. But we only need it on one of the heads right now. So let's just place it on to the Head of Torment. So yeah, it's a lot of just, you know, paying attention to what's going on. What kind of effects do you need to bring? Do you need the debuff spread? Do you need the healing? Do you need to buff spread as well, right? Because you need to ensure, like, this is why having someone like Rector Draft on the team could be very beneficial because, you know, you can't apply the debuff, spread it, and then heal yourself and perfect veil yourself all at the same time, unfortunately. Decay is almost down. Let's just extend it, and now we're on the True Fear, so this can get nifty. Just get an A1 going. We do have the burns on, though, so we should be able to take him down pretty quick. Let's get decreased speed on him as well. A1s. Oh, there's that smite as well. Let's go. A1s, boom. Almost down. We're just extending everything. Let's go A1. We could have reapplied the burn. It just would have been a bit of a waste, right? And look at him. He's just killing himself. So here's the thing now. Let's just say we wanted to use our skills and we get the True Fear proc, that could be detrimental, right? And there's no way to do it and just try and do this, right? Let's do it. So we're going to waste a turn now and then you do it on the next attack. A1s. Because last thing we need... Oh, but then we also need the Hex as well, right? Oh, we got ourselves in a bit of a situation here, guys. Oh, Head of Wrath is here as well. Okay. Well, I guess the main thing that we want to do is... Well, we've got the Perfect Veil now. Let's get the... block buffs on Head of Wrath. Nice. And now Head of Mischief hasn't got it, and now we're fine. Right? So this is what I was trying to say. It's all about timing the skills. When do you need to use it? Like right there was the perfect scenario. And we kind of used the other skill to evade, in a sense, the Head of Torment's True Fear. Because we don't want it to get triggered from that A2 skill. Because that's our primary one, right? Because we can deal without a 10 meter fill for a little bit. There we go. I wonder who's going to come back next here. Think in your heads. What kind of head is coming back to attack us? And look, under that Perfect Veil as well, we're now countering the mechanics of the Head of Torment because, if you see here, when attacked by enemies not under Perfect Veil, that's when you get that True Fear. So being a champion based around that is just ideal, right? And we can technically place it on ourselves if we've got that A2 ready again. Let's just not hit Head of Torment. There's some 10 meter fills. Oh, we got True Feared. Damn it. Yeah, so right here. Boom. We don't need to place block buffs on anyone. Let's get ourselves in a good situation to carry this fight on. A1s. Is it ready yet, Rector Draft? You're taking a long time. I should have put some better gear on her. I should have had her a lot faster. Like, the faster you can get her, maybe in reflex gear as well, could be optimal, right? Let's extend those debuffs. Ensure they don't fall off. Now, let's just click auto. Let's see what he wants to do by himself now. Is he going to behave or is he not? We kind of showcased everything. Like, it's not going to be damage. Oh, damn, we got We got wiped there. I guess the run was going to fall short anyway. Nice. Oh, look, the misstep. Ooh, nice. You guys see that? Did you guys see that? That's actually pretty cool to know. Like, if you can somehow make him a mischief tank, you know, have a champion place buffs him or whatever. Usually he just completely evaded that, the enemy skill effect, which means he couldn't get stolen. Pretty interesting, right? Let's end this off. It was only on the hard difficulty, just to showcase. Oh, it's brutal, actually. Damn. It was brutal. So 2 million damage, like all of that was coming from War Master procs, some of the Hex procs as well. We didn't have decreased defense or weaken. No, like, full-out decreased speed apart from Real Guards A3. So yeah, he can perform very well for the Hydra boss, granted that you pay attention to what's going on and place those effects at the right time, right? Alright, so I put the different gear on him now, and he's currently going at 308 speed, 600 accuracy. We got some stone skin and some perception on him, and I've also changed the Masteries into a more supportive build for the Eagle Eye to have a better chance of landing our effects. So let's head straight back into the arena now and try for a round 2. Can we take down any of these targets? Let's go. Alright. Have I got any teams set up with Loki inside? I don't think I do. Maybe we could just work off the base of this. Take Yumiko out. We'll put Loki in. And which other damage dealers do I want? We could get Duchess in there for some perfect Veils. And I think we'll be good to go. We're going to face Freya as well, who's a part of the Asgard Divide event. Are any of you guys planning to go for her when she comes out in the Deck of Fate? Alright, here we go. Got a lot of stone skin. I guess let's just take her out for now. Remove some buffs. And then... we could just save our skills for now. Yeah, let's just steal the 10-meter review. The perfect veil on everybody. Take down this Harima a little bit, mitigate the defense. Nice. Now we're going to go, boom, get some stuns going. And block buffs. There we go. You see that? Block buffs, block active skills, and now that Necrit cannot do anything. It would have been great to get that on the Freya as well, to be fair, but I'm planning to take her out. Right, let's go for an AoE attack. Boom! We've got some provokes going as well, some more crowd control. Can we extend the duration? Yes, we did. And now that block active skills is on for 3 turns, that Necra is literally not going to do anything until the rest of this fight. Can we take out the UDK? Oh, not enough accuracy. Not enough accuracy. It's alright. It's all good. Let's extend it again. Boom. Block buffs is still on. We cannot let Freya go. We cannot let her go. Look at that A1. Is that all you're going to do? Let's crowd control. Nice. So in a team like this, you know, all of this, manipulating of cooldowns, stun debuffs, block active skills, like, it's just so strong for a synergy. So now we can get the block active skills on you. Nice. Get some more perfect veils on, because we couldn't extend it there. We never had it on. Now we're going to maybe take out the Freya. Because she could preempt the death of people, right? And we're starting to ramp up with our Harima here. Alright. I guess, I was thinking, do we just take the Harima out, or do we just want to kill her now? We'll take her out for now. Let's take out the Necrit. Extend that a little bit more. Well, I guess one downside is if we do that, now Harima's got all of her stuff again. Oh no. Let's stun them again. Put them back. We weak hitted. AoE. Nice. Alright, this is finished now. So, for Arena, can he perform very well? Actually, yeah. I'm actually pretty hyped for this. There is some really cool ways I would use this in live Arena myself. Like stealing all those buffs. Look at that. Especially that stone skin. I know it's only a 50-50 shot, but if you manage to pull it off, you can just take out these champions like UDK so much better. Go on, Harima. Boom, boom, boom. Nearly. I feel like she's lacking gear. I maybe might have took some gear off Harima because she's not smacking right now. Nearly done. One more hit. Nice. Or maybe it was just a tanky team, but overall, put in a good job. Alright, so to wrap up this video, this is the kind of team that I'm going to be using to take down Odin on stage 30. However, on my main account, I might implement some Sears for combusting the waves, or even the new or Chrysias of the world to enemy max HP the boss to speed farm it. However, I did want to try some fun champions such as Hoskarul, who's actually immune to stun debuffs and can cleanse it from our allies when Odin places it on us. We've got Jingwon to do a very similar effect, even to counter the provokes of the faction unity champion. We then got Raglin for revivals and those heals with the cleanse, and then Artak for the burns and those detonations, and lastly Loki for that block buffs and extending the duration of those debuffs. Let's get into this. So let's just focus on the boss. There we go. Hopefully our Hoskarul is not too fast here. We don't want him to cut in. We do not want him to cut in. There we go. So the boss should be taking a turn here. There we go. He's immune. He's now going to take it off. There we go. Stuns come off. Straight back in. Extend the durations. And those block buffs, are still on the boss. And now, decreased accuracy, decreased crit damage, alleviating the stuff coming our way. And we've got a reviver in case somebody falls. We've also got an increase of duration from our attack, right? To keep those burns up. There we go, even with him. So back and forth, we're now stunning the waves so they can't hit us. So it's not an incredibly fast run, I would say, but it's definitely a fun one, for sure. Let's just keep going. We just need to ensure that block buffs is up at all times, the burns is up at all times, and the boss is just going to keep triggering down. And we even don't have any, brimstone in the team. So if we had that, it'd be even faster, right? Which is where I was saying, having it on Loki could be very effective, for sure. Or even one of your other champions. One of them falls down, brings them straight back again. Let's go. Increase those durations. Countered it with Jingwon's passive there, you see that? Pretty fun. Send back that decreased defense so we can inflict more damage. He's nearly down. Come on, Hoskarul. Let's play some stuns. Oh, he just wanted to do an A1. He's feeling adventurous. There's a cleanse. Send the durations. The champions are starting to die now as well, just as the boss comes to an end. So it's kind of like a counter, right? We're not actually aiming to kill the clones straight away or his allies. We're just aiming to take them down slowly alongside the boss. Boom, nearly done. And just under 2 minutes, 1 minute and 49 seconds. And overall, Artak is going to be doing most of the damage here. But it's a really fun synergy that players could consider, even if you just want to use it to get to stage 30, right? A very similar one. Even if you don't have like the Jingwons and stuff, maybe use Mithrala. But overall, it's very, very viable for players out there. But yeah, on that note, that is going to be all for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It does truly help me out on the channel. And remember, if you are new to the game, use my download link in the description below to get yourself a Fane and a Rector draft alongside the Loki that all players are going to get. See you on the video soon, and peace.